That's it, I'm not going.
Well, hello peoples of the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video, it is an absolutely miserable day in Ireland. It's literally raining, it's so dark out for some reason. It doesn't really look like that on camera, it doesn't look very dark right now, but like it's just so cloudy, feels really dark, and it's just one of those evenings in like the wintry autumn months where it gets dark so early in Ireland, like all of those vibes. And I was just like, what could I film today? And I decided I just want to film a video where I just sit down for the day and just try read a book in one day. And that's what I'm going to do, but I have a fun little twist. Before we get to the rest of this video, I do want to say that this video is being sponsored by Serious Readers, so thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. Now, Serious Readers is actually a sponsorship that I was very excited about getting and one that I am very much in love with. I literally love their Serious Lights so much. Like, it's literally changed my reading experience already. So Serious Readers make Serious Lights. They sent me two, which I have been so obsessed with. The first one they sent me is my Serious Light, which is the high definition model in black and brass. It has an adjustable height, and this has changed my reading so much because with my old light that I used to have beside my bed, it would light up obviously what I was reading, but it didn't fully light up the page. So I'd always have to like move my body in a particular way so that I could actually read what was on the page. But now with my Serious Light, I have it hanging right over my bed. It literally is so bright and like a perfect amount of brightness that I can see everything on the page that I'm reading without having to move my body around any single way. I can literally just lie in bed comfortably. I can sit up in bed and read comfortably. I don't feel like my eyes get sore from it. I don't feel like I'm getting any eye strain, and it's just been so amazing. And literally I am so obsessed with this Serious Light so much. They also sent me the compact light. This is one that you could obviously put on like your little bedside table. My mum has been using this a lot because I have it down in the sitting room for her on her little table. She's been using it for like her knitting and stuff because it's obviously very bright. It lights up everything that she's able to read, like her patterns that she needs to follow for her knitting and stuff, and she's been absolutely loving that. I am just so obsessed with them, and if you guys want to check these out, you can head over to the Serious Reader website, which I will have linked down below, and you can use the code KEVIN22, and if you use that code with any purchase on their website for any of the different Serious Lights that you get over there, you will also get the compact light free with your purchase. This compact light is usually £150, so you're getting it totally for free with any of the Serious Light purchases you do. So if you bought the Serious Light in the high definition model like I have, you will get the compact light completely free with your purchase / order. Also, with my code KEVIN22, you will also get free international shipping, which is just amazing, and I'm so happy they offer the free international shipping because shipping can be pricey, so getting free shipping is crucial. And just thank you so much to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. So I have wanted to film a video with my dad for a while now because me and my dad used to film videos on my channel years ago where we did like Father and Son Sunday. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while now, you've probably already seen those videos before, but we stopped doing it and I just haven't filmed a video with him in a while. And obviously I've filmed videos with my mom because she is a reader. Like, me and her love books, so it's really easy to film a video with my mom because like she likes to read books and I make book videos, so it's very easy to involve her on my channel. However, my dad, not a big reader. He did manage to finish a book already this year, which I was very proud of him for that, but other than that, he's not a huge reader. And I was like, what could I do to get him involved on my channel, because I really wanted to have him on it. So I decided that because I want to read a book today, I've just decided I'm going to let my dad choose what book I'm reading. So on my shelves, I rearranged them like pretty recently as well. I have like 7 shelves now that is just all my unread books. I keep all my read books on these shelves, like over here, and I have all my unread books all together on one shelf because I just find it a lot easier having like the unread ones and the read ones in certain places. So I'm gonna let my dad like run through those sections of like my unread books, see what book he picks, and then I'm going to read that book for the day. Hopefully he just picks something that's like, I don't know, I don't even think I have, oh, I do have books that are quite long actually on my unread pile. Watch him pick a book that's like 600 pages and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna read that in a day. We shall see what he comes up with. Okay, so my dad is now here and he is ready to pick the book for me. So I just said to the camera that I'm really hoping you don't pick something that's like 800 pages long because I want to try to read it all in one day. So yeah, do you want to say anything to them?
Kevin has a room full of books here, so I have to dig deep to find one.
Yeah.
Do my best.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna leave Dad with the camera, see what book he picks, And then I'll come back, then you can show me what book we're picking and what we're reading. Okay, stunning. So, we're going over to Dad Cam.
Did you press it?
Just shout when you're done.
Ow, I'm in Kevin's room. Have to find a book. See what we got here. King's Queen betweeners. Nope. Nope. After you. Nope. Something that I never think I'd pick. They're too big. He'll give out if I pick something too big. Let's see if we go over here. How about these big white ones? Love yourself. No, love yourself. He already loves himself. Oh, what's this yellow one here in the corner? I'm glad my mum died. That'll go with that. Okay. You'll have to read that one.
Okay, Dad has picked the book. So I have my eyes closed. I don't know what he's picked.
Yep. And here's the one I picked. Ta-da!
Where is it?
Show the camera again.
I can tell just by feeling this. I know what book it is.
Oh, you couldn't.
I could. Yes, I can, because it's the glossy book. I know what this is. So he picked I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I have literally been so excited to read this book. So, thank you. You picked a perfect book for me. Why in particular did you pick this one? I really thought you were going to pick something like 600 pages.
The name caught me. I'm glad my mum died. Like, what's going on there? Like, you and your mum are such good buddies, and then to see there's something wrong about a mum.
I guess, I think that's exactly, I remember I saw an interview with Jeanette McCurdy and she was like, the reason she chose that title is because that exact reaction that you just get is what she wanted for people from the book to like then go pick it up, read it to find out the story. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. If you guys don't know, Jeanette McCurdy was an actress on iCarly on Nickelodeon, and she apparently had like a really abusive and toxic relationship with her mother. And so that's like what this book really delves into. So I think this is going to be quite a hard hitting book and like really deep. But I am really looking forward to reading it. I've heard many great things. I've seen nothing but 5-star reviews for this book. So I'm expecting to really, really enjoy it. I say that in a weird way, like enjoy it, but it's not a book with like happy content. But hopefully you know what I mean by that. Dad did a very, very good choice. So maybe we'll do another one of these, and because this started off amazing. So I'm going to go read it now. I'm going to do non-spoilery thoughts, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts, but I won't give any spoilers or anything. And that's it for Jim's portion.
Even I can't wait for him to tell me what it's about.
Maybe you'll read it.
Maybe I will read it. Take me a month.
So yeah, that's it for Dad's portion of the video, so give it up for Jim, everyone. Okay guys, so it is almost 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And I started this vlog around, I think, 10 o'clock today. So I would have expected me to have read a lot more of this. But, I have read it up to page 74 and I'm on chapter 21 of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. So far, this book is very, very engaging and very quick to read, because the chapters, first of all, are very short, which love short chapters. I feel like I can read so much faster when they're short. So basically the book so far, it starts with like a prologue of Jeanette McCurdy in the hospital and her mother is in a coma and she's talking to her mother. And then it goes to before, and then it talks about her from a child, all throughout like starting her acting career, and like how her mother was the one who wanted to get her into the acting world, because her mother wanted to be an actress when she was younger, but her parents didn't like allow her, or just let the opportunity pass or something, and she never got to live her dream of being an actress. She gets to live her dream of being an actress then through her daughter Jeanette, even though Jeanette doesn't really want to be an actress, doesn't really find it fun. It's very exploitive, but she just wants to make her mom happy, so she just goes along with it all and does it because she sees that it makes her mom happy. It definitely, so far, you can see the hints of exploitation from the mother, and you can see like the emotional abuse that comes through here, because the mother will make Jeanette feel bad about something in order for her mom to get what she wants. And yeah, it's quite sad to read and to learn that such a young child, like, because obviously where I am in the book, she's still quite young. I think she's like 10-ish or whatever. So she's very young. So it's really sad to like the fact that she even remembers these things. It's absolutely heartbreaking, because no child should have to go through that. And the emotional abuse like that at such a young age, when you're so naive and you don't understand what's going on and you just think you're making your mom happy and that's all you want to do. but like you're jeopardizing your own happiness at such a young age. And when you're literally a 10-year-old, you should be just having the time of your life and being so happy. And she wasn't, because she was doing her happiness for someone else. Like, that's absolutely devastating to hear a 10-year-old was doing that. So sad. So yeah, I'm gonna go read more. I am still feeling a little bit tired, but hopefully that will like disappear and we'll just push through it, because I am really liking this book and I want to finish it today. Also, this has absolutely nothing to do with the book right now, but I must show you my outfit because I'm living my fantasy, cardigan fantasy. So this is the outfit that I'm rocking today, and like I said, I'm living my cardigan fantasy. Obviously it's the folklore cardigan, but I'm living like, you know, those parts in the movies or TV shows when like the single mother or just the housewife has her cardigan moment. It's always that, and that's literally what I'm living, and I'm living for it. Except for the fact where I'm literally wearing Cookie Monster pajama pants. Ignore that detail and just embrace the cardigan moment. Anyways, back to reading I go. Okay guys, so it is 10:45 at night, and like we said, am I going to read this all in one day? And that was the intention for this vlog. That would be a negative, because I have obviously not finished it. Really liking it. Actually, there's a thing that I'm enjoying about this book that I didn't expect to find in here. So obviously I've already said what the subject matter is, like parental abuse, emotional abuse of a parent to their child. But the way that Jeanette writes in this book, she kind of talks about all these different things that happened in her childhood, and like all of these awful things that her mom did to like exploit her. And she's obviously talking about her trauma, because this is obviously her traumatic childhood. And I'm actually finding it quite funny, because she's using humor a lot in here. So the best way I can describe this is, like, you know the way in Friends, like how Chandler like makes jokes a lot about like things that happened in his childhood that are traumatic. He makes it like a joke because he uses that as like his coping mechanism. That is kind of like how Jeanette is writing this book as well. I think there's one part in here she's talking about how her mom made her go on like a calorie restriction or something, and she talks about like what she started to eat, and then she's like, fun, like what a fun meal, like, and she's obviously making fun of it, like she's like, that's not a fun meal, like it's satire, like she's clearly saying that's not healthy that I was doing that. I think it is for us the readers, because she knows that if she told it just with all of the trauma and all of the negative things that happened and impacted her life as a young child, it would have been like maybe too much to handle, a bit too dark or sad to read. So she throws in those elements of humor, because that's who she is as a person anyways. Any interview I've seen of Jeanette McCurdy, she's quite a funny person. To me, it's very like that she's very self-aware that what she's writing about is very dark and sensitive and sad. So she's like, I'm gonna make sure that you guys have moments to laugh. That kind of vibe is what it's coming across as to me. There was, however, a quote that I do want to read that quite broke me, because earlier in the last, you saw me talk about how it's just so sad that like she's a young child, she should be out playing, enjoying life, having no worry. That's literally one of the best things about children, is that they're so innocent, so naive to everything that's going on in the world, and just so carefree, and that's how they should be. And there's a quote that her granddad says to her in the book, and it broke my heart when I read it, and I was just like, this is literally how I feel reading this book. So it says, a little girl shouldn't have to worry about her entire family, Grandpa says to me one afternoon. What? I ask, not because I didn't hear what he said, but because I'm confused. Of course the little girl should worry about her entire family. That's what little girls do. That's what little girls do. Like, heartbreaking. Then it says, he steps closer to me. I just think you deserve to be a kid. My eyes well with tears, and not from me forcing them to. This is a natural welling. I can't remember the last time I cried naturally. I'm taken off guard. I shuffle my feet. Because in the previous chapter, she talked about how like she was able to make herself cry on demand, and that was a big thing for her to get loads of different roles in acting, because she was able to cry on demand at such a young age. Like a child actor being able to make himself cry was like a big thing. And she was like constantly getting booked for roles where she would have to do a lot of crying, and obviously that's a lot for a young person to be doing. Even any actor, grown adults, to tap into that emotion constantly for roles like being able to cry, that is a lot mentally and draining. Like to constantly think of something that makes you sad, to make yourself cry, and to constantly force yourself to do that, like for several different takes, that is a lot for one person. And for a child, yeah. And like the fact that she said like she started to well up in tears from natural crying because her granddad said to her like that a little girl shouldn't have to worry about her entire family, you should be carefree. Like, it's actually so heartbreaking and sad. I'm gonna read a little bit more in bed, but this video is not being finished today, guys. I think it's very clear. I'm not going to be reading all of this in one sitting. Well, I was never reading it all in one sitting. In one day. I think we're gonna pick it up again tomorrow. It's a new day, everyone, so you know what that means. We've got kind of a new outfit and... Ooh. That's it, I'm not going. So hello. It's the next morning. I'm wearing a Grinch hoodie, which is from Primark/Pennies, in case you're wondering where I got it from. And I have been reading this morning. I am almost done. I have a little bit left of the book. So I'm up to page 224 and this book's only 302 pages, I think. It's getting a lot darker now because I am at the part of the book now where her mom has died. So it's like the before, like the after part, so like her life after her mother's passing. You're really getting to see the ramifications of everything that her mother did, because her mother emotionally abused her for so long and controlled so much of her life and forced these things on her and made her have a certain mindset about her body image, just all these different things. You're seeing the ramifications of all of those things that her mom made her believe about herself. And it's really sad once again to read about. I never watched the show Sam and Cat on Nickelodeon, which is the show Jeanette McCurdy was on and also Ariana Grande. I never watched that show, and she's talking about in the book about how that show ended because there was lots of like different rumors online about why it ended. People were saying like, oh, it was her fault because she was so jealous of Ariana Grande and all these different things. And that's not why the show ended though. Like, she says that, and that, like, there's other reasons as to why the show ended. The media blamed her for it, and they just needed someone to put the blame on, even though she wasn't the one to put the blame on. It's just insane how the media always needs to have a scapegoat, even if there's sometimes there might not be even a scapegoat. It could just be like a number of people just felt different about the show and it went different ways. But it also sounds like there was like a sexual assault thing that happened on the show, and that's the reason it ended. But they didn't want to talk about that because they wanted to keep that hidden and cover up for someone, which is just disgusting. And so instead they put all the blame on her, which is just gross. And obviously we've seen that happen so much in Hollywood and in the media recently and over the years. And it's just so disgusting. So definitely hard to read, but once again, I just think it's opening up the space for people to talk about these things. It also can be seen as a way to help you unlearn negative things that you got from your childhood, which is obviously the main case for Jeanette. Like, a lot of the stuff that she has is because of her childhood. And I'm hoping, obviously, by the end of the book, maybe like she's gonna start to be able to overcome these things that were forced upon her from such an early age. But obviously I don't know that yet because I haven't finished the book yet. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Okay everyone, so I have finished reading I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and I really love this book. I know I've said already, saying that you love something that's so sad, it feels weird to say, but I really did love this book. I'm gonna give it 5 stars because personally I have nothing that had any issues with it. I thought it was a very vulnerable story, very raw, very authentic. Felt like Jeanette really put everything out there, and like she didn't hide anything about herself. She shared all of her trauma, things that are going to help other people that maybe have gone through the exact same thing. When it comes to biographies and memoirs for me, I always say, and I've said this in other videos before, that if I don't feel like there's a purpose behind the author writing the book, it just feels like a cash grab, because usually it's a celebrity writing a memoir or a biography. Sometimes it's just a cash grab. However, if it has purpose, I can tell the intent behind the book, why the author chose to write it, and what story they had to tell. I can really appreciate that, and it's usually what will make me give it 5 stars. And that's exactly what I got from this book. Writing this book as well was a form of therapy also for Jeanette, because she's finally gotten to the stage in her life where she really understands all of the issues and everything that she went through and why it was wrong and why it was bad. Because there were parts in this book where she talks about how she went to therapy for the first time and she's talking about like her mom and stuff, and then she like leaves therapy because she just feels too emotional and doesn't like to see her mom in a bad light because she was still protecting her. But now it's gotten to the point where she's so far into her recovery process that she knows it's so wrong and it wasn't right what her mom did to her, and like how much control her mom had over her, how much her mom was a narcissist, just all of these toxic abusive things that her mother was to Jeanette. And her realizing this now and writing the book and sharing her experience, it just feels like a huge step in her recovery process. And like I said, that alone is huge purpose for me for why this book exists. I just loved it. I feel like I'm just going to keep repeating what I've already said throughout this vlog. I definitely would recommend it. However, do look up the trigger warnings, because there is trigger warnings for like eating disorders, bulimia, anorexia, parental abuse, emotional abuse. There is a lot, so definitely look it up if this is something that you're interested in reading. And I just love this so much. So that's it for this reading vlog and for reading that book. I do want to say thank you once again to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. And once again, to remind you all, go over to their website, which is linked down below. Use the code Kevin22 to order one of your Serious lights. And when you do that, you will also get the compact light completely free. And you will also get free international shipping. So if you know someone in your life for Christmas present, or if you want to just treat yourself, go for it. I highly recommend. And yeah, just thank you so much again to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. And yeah, besties, that's it from me and Mr. Grinch. We shall see you on the flip side, aka the next video. So yeah, love you all. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all next time in my next video. So goodbye, guys.